so I can't burp.
Hey everybody, it is Margaret, and well, I'm about to mute Jeff. Is that you for
No,
real?
that was me already.
Oh my gosh,
So
you were
someone,
you were
someone,
telling
yeah,
mute.
someone decides to like call me right now. Of course.
Yeah,
Gonna mute Jeff just because.
yeah. I'm just gonna mute you all.
Anything goes wrong, it's Jeff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let's start again. How about that? Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome to a Monday Merch Talk. This is a special day. How's it going? How are you guys going? How are you guys doing?
Slow. Merch sales have been slow for me this month.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
So, real fast, I'm going to say in just a few minutes, we're going to be talking about an issue that came up in a few groups and some just thoughts and a discussion about it and making it into a learning experience, right? A teachable moment. But first, let's talk numbers. How's your merch going so far, guys?
My merch, since Chris is silent, is awesome. Well, it started off this month a little slower than my awesome record-breaking March, but it's still doing better than most months in my history. I'm averaging. That was me.
That was me.
I'm averaging 5 to 8, and I haven't had any double digits in a week. So I guess I'm not a pillar, but I'm doing what I'm doing.
It was start already.
I'm doing well. I can't complain. I'm happy. And I'm sorry if I'm a little bit distracted today. My daughter had 2 competitions this weekend, which they took first place in both of them. So I'm very proud of her and her team. So I didn't get to jump on my shipping yesterday like I normally do. So I'm panic mode trying to get all my shipping done today. And then Margaret said, let's do a show today. And I'm like, ah! So I'll be a little distracted, but I'll jump in. I'll mute when I need to.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, for me, I mean, my numbers have been very slow this month. Last month was actually pretty good. It's kind of the opposite of what everyone was saying. I guess last month a lot of people were having slow sales, but my sales were good. But now it's the opposite. I think April for me has definitely been a slowdown. So yeah, my numbers aren't super good this month, but I'm trying. I'm working. I've been kind of lazy with my social media presence, and I think that's very important nowadays with merch. And I'm starting to get back into like doing the 50 listings a day and all that stuff. So things are starting to pick up.
Yeah, mine is again slow, but I mean comparatively speaking, when I see other people that I don't know, like even though mine is slow compared to what I've been doing, I'm trying to maintain perspective where it's, so I'm getting 3 to 5 sales a day and it's not awesome right now. What I consider awesome, I haven't been posting anything right now because of everything, the move and the homeschooling and stuff. So, yeah.
Oh, by the way, how's that moving going? I see you're still at your old place right now.
Yeah, we're splitting time. So we're here, we're there, we've got a place, well, we've got an apartment in Austin, and then we come back to pack and to downsize, and then we're back in, so it's kind of chaotic. I went ahead and just put my eBay and Etsy on vacation mode and just letting everything ride right now. Yeah.
I felt so bad for you when you posted I think you had a video, I think it was on Friday, about being kind of stressed out about the whole thing. And I was like, God, I wish I would live locally to help you move and all that stuff. You probably could use an extra hand.
You know what? And I wanted to be authentic, about it. And when I said I was moving and people asked me to share my whole, I know they probably meant share like how you're going to handle your inventory and everything, but I'm like, that day I was so low and I was like, this is part of it. And I'm so glad I shared it because I had so many other people saying, oh, we've been there too. And this is how we handled it. And we were stressed. Like we totally got it. And maybe you're not like this, but I am. I take on so much for my family. And I'm not saying that to be like, it just is. It's who I am.
Right.
And so, I took on handling my grandmother's belongings because it was really hurtful. My mom was really hurt and upset. And so when I did that, my brother saw it, my mom saw it, and they were like, hey, you don't have to take this all on by yourself. We're here. So my brother's coming this weekend to help, with all of that. My mom's going to help, it just,
Yeah, I think I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt, but I think like mindset is a very important thing in any kind of just life in general. But you know, in the reseller community and the merch community, mindset is a lot to do with everything. Because sometimes you're just, I mean, like this incident just happened. You know, people it just really could set you off, or you know, change your whole perspective on everything. And I think mindset is something that definitely needs to be talked about because, you know, myself, I do get depressed from time to time, and I'm not gonna lie, I think every human in the world gets depressed as long as, you know, so it's like, it's good that we talk about this, that, you know, and the thing is for me, I'm kind of such a loner that it's hard for me to reach out and ask people for help because I'm so like, do everything myself. I've been like that since I was young.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, exactly. I see that in you. So it's hard for us to kind of reach out and be like, "Hey, yo, I need help. I don't know what to do." You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
mindset's everything. But yeah, no, congratulations. For me, I would probably never go and make a video about how I feel because that's just, I just couldn't do it. But you know, congratulations to you for, you know, putting your heart on your sleeve and just telling people real talk. You know, it's hard to find real talk in YouTube nowadays.
Oh, thanks.
Chris, you're never alone. I'm always there with you.
That's kind of creepy, but okay.
You need a shoulder to cry on. I'm here.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Guys, shucks.
Group hug.
A group hug. Yeah, but I think, yeah, it's real. Everybody gets that way. Everybody, you know. So.
But Chris is right. Mindset is everything. Some people out there know the issues I've gone through with some health issues and stuff like that. And one thing that's gotten me to the point I am today where I'm okay with it and I function is mindset and meditation and getting that mindset, acceptance and all that other stuff, blah, blah. So yeah, I agree.
My barista at Starbucks today was like my, I got my coffee and she said, it was like one of those moments, one of those like fortune cookie moments. She handed me my coffee. It was like so perfect today. She handed me my coffee and she said, make sure you protect your peace today.
You're like, okay.
Well, I was like, maybe she saw that I was like, this morning before I was like, not calmed down. She was like, hey, protect your peace today. I was like, thanks, man.
You're like, I will. Thank you.
Yeah. So, okay. Numbers.
I'll be there for you.
Oh, isn't that sweet? I was singing Barracuda all morning, so.
I didn't get to see my barista yet, so.
Oh, sorry.
I was a Riders on the Storm kind of guy this morning.
Dancing around. Okay, it's time to dive in. Or no. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give, you know, a little disclaimer and kind of a backstory about what the topic is today, and just kind of lay it out there and talk about it, you know. And if I leave something out, which is possible because there's a lot of ins and outs on this, let me know because. All right, so first of all, what my comments or whatever may not reflect, you know, Chris or Jeff or Joe. Joe's going to be popping in later. So my comments and everybody else's comments here, we're all individual people and we do not represent each other's brains. Okay, so here's the story. I did an interview with a person in the merch community, and when I interviewed him, he didn't want to use a picture on the thumbnail. And so I was like, okay, as a joke, you know, can I draw your picture to put on the thumbnail? Because I like to have the person's face. And so he's like, yeah, go ahead, draw a picture of me. So I drew it. I showed him, and he was laughing. He's like, this is great. I love it. Okay, so we used it. That was the end of that, I thought. Apparently, the image was taken of the person, and I know it was done as a joke, and I know some people feel like what my reaction to this whole situation has been an overreaction, but we'll get there. The image that I drew was taken as a joke, kind of in fun, and put on a shirt and sold. So yeah, it was the taken shirt listed, sold. And then if y'all need to interject, let me know. But so then I was unaware of any of this. And apparently there was a show where this was well after it had been listed, because one of the people in the show was wearing the shirt, and they were talking about how many sales and which shirt had was the top selling shirt because of the color, blah, 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 whatever. But then they were in the show sharing how to steal the design and how to do it. And hey, we're going to take the design and we're going to put the PNG in the file so that everybody can go get this shirt, and make their own version of it. And but still,
I didn't know any of that. Wow.
Yeah. So, and again, I was not aware of this until just yesterday afternoon. So the link to the shirt was shared in a group, and it was all, so it was fun and games. It's all fun and games until you realize it's illegal. So then everybody's joking about it, and I was tagged like, hey, Margaret, what have you started? And I was like, what have I started? I don't know. So I went and looked, and pretty quickly said, I'm not sure how I feel about this. This was my drawing that I was not asked permission. Nobody said, can I do this? The person, and then you guys who know, the person that it was the drawing of is not involved in any way. So he is not at fault. Somebody else took the image, and so I don't want him to be affected by this because it was not his fault. I know this is long-winded, but it's a long story. So I basically said, guys, I'm not okay with this. And the response I should have gotten was, dude, I'm sorry, we were having fun. My mistake, you're right. I didn't think of it that way. But that wasn't the response I got. The response I got was belittling and basically, go away, little woman. I mean, those weren't the words, but the gist of it was like, just go away, that you're making a big deal out of nothing. And,
yeah, it definitely came off condescending. And I don't know these people at all, so I'm going in as like fresh eyes. And to me, it seemed like very condescending and not a way to handle theft. I mean, if you can break this down, it's literally theft. They stole your artwork and they profited off it. So in definitions, that's theft in my mind.
I mean, and then it's true. I didn't know the person who took the shirt design. He may be, which later people were telling me was a pillar of the community. I had never heard of him before. Honestly, I didn't know who he was or any of that. All I knew was here he was. He had taken my design. Was like, I hope you're okay with this. No, I'm not. And I've already sold and by the time I was tagged in it, the shirt had a 53,000 BSR.
Ooh, that's low. That means they sold like at least one or two a day or something like that.
Yeah, so I mean, it was like 52. That level BSR means you're selling like what, like 50 a month or something?
Maybe less. I've had ones that were in the 30s that maybe sold like 30 or something like that.
Somewhere in there. Okay, so the response I got was, fine, whatever, we'll take it down. And then I got one that was like, well, it was for no profit anyway. Is that, we all know that, getting shirt sales, whether you're getting a profit or not a profit, you're getting more sales, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're making 50 cents, $1, $3, $30.
Wait.
Profit is not a deciding factor on copyright.
Yeah, no. He was like,
that's exactly what I was going to say. I was like, theft doesn't, I mean, like making no money doesn't justify theft.
Yeah, but that was one of the arguments too, was like, well, we got zero profit on it. I was like, I don't care. You used it. There's other
benefits besides monetary, you got exposure. As far as Amazon is concerned, you got more shirts that will allow you to tear up faster, so you can sell even more shirts. So there's other benefits besides monetary.
Yeah, and then I know when I shared in the group, somebody was like, you should handle this with the person privately. Well, I did talk to him privately, and he did not express sincere apology until I shared in the Merch University and other groups, and it kind of blew up and people were showing how upset they were. Then I got a sincere apology. Before that, the responses I got were, well, if it had gotten, you know, I'll read it. I'll quote it. How about that? I was going to prop your group if anyone caught the humor. So basically is, oh, if it took off, if people got how funny it was, I was going to give you credit then.
Yeah, I don't like the if. They should have gave you credit and asked for your permission right off the beginning, because to be honest, like, I think you're a real pillar of this community, and the fact that they didn't know or claim to like, oh, we just took this image, we don't really know who did it or what, you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole part about that bugs me too, is if I was going to do that and I was some sort of leader or whoever these people are, I guess I don't know who these people are, but I probably would have been like, hey, could I use this first before I did anything? But the whole back end part of it's just, it's a mess.
Yeah. And so I started getting messages, you know, once I was in the thread, and other people were commenting. The thread in their group has been deleted, which screenshots, nothing is ever gone, right? Because of course I screenshot it. Other people were like, thanks a lot, Margaret. This is why we can't have nice things, because they wanted to order the shirt, or I don't know what else. They thought it was fun. So thanks a lot. This is why we can't have nice things. Like, can I blur my finger? Like, just the whole idea that basically I should shut up and go away, you know, and it's not a big deal. And then I got a number of private messages from people that some were friends, some were people I don't know from Adam, you know, saying, hey, I think you're taking this out of context. Go watch the show where they did this and they're talking about it, and you'll see it was all in good fun. So I did. I went and watched it. And what I saw was blatantly taking somebody's design, showing people how to take a design, steal it, and make it your, you know, put it on a shirt. I saw, you know, finally at one point somebody said, maybe we should find out who owns this design. And then somebody else said, I think it's that Texas Treasures gal. I don't know what's her name. So then somebody says, oh yeah, it's Margaret. And then just out of his, I don't know where he got the idea, he was like, oh yeah, I think she drew this design to show how fast she could draw something. I'm like, I don't even know where that came from, but that was absolutely like out of nowhere, not why I drew it, you know. But the messages I got saying, go watch, I think you're taking this wrong. I went and watched, and it made me madder, honestly.
Right.
And, you know, yeah. So
yeah.
yeah.
I think this is a perfect learning opportunity for everyone too, is to know that, you know, no matter how you are on the scale, whether it be 10 tier or 8,000 tier, this kind of thing is definitely not right to do, because there's been a lot of my designs that have been stolen, and I've seen and like, I didn't have someone nice enough to say, hey, this design was stolen. I had to find out myself because my sales went down. And it's like these third-party apps that make it so easier for someone with no talent to go search for a low BSR and be like, I'm just gonna kind of pillage this niche until I can go pillage another niche. So there's this whole thing that people don't talk about, and stolen designs is one. It's very easy, and I'll just put it to you this way: this is very prevalent in this industry, so prevalent that Amazon had to put wrinkles in their shirt mock-up so people don't do this sort of thing.
In the chat, someone's saying they didn't show us how to steal designs. I have an audio clip of the person saying, this is how you steal a design off merch and take it into over. Okay, and I don't want to get into that, but go back and watch it. If apparently you know what it is. It's in their group. It's not on a YouTube show. And they literally, and they laughed. It was so funny that somebody said that. This is how you steal a design off of merch, was what was said, you know.
Oh, this guy's getting a little bit out of control here. I think I'm gonna just shut this guy down.
I mean, I don't no one watches my show, and that's the thing too. Okay, this is why no one.
Well, here's the thing, Margaret, is I found out about merch because of you, not these other people. And it's crazy that like people say that people make comments like that is you're like the number one merch person, in my opinion, on YouTube, and you provide so much knowledge for free. These people are charging money to learn basic things, and you're doing it for free. So it's kind of ironic that people are kind of jumping on your case for that. But my goodness. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of everything, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, and again, you know, I don't feel like I'm in anything because I'm the same as everybody else. You know, anybody could come on YouTube and make videos. Anybody, you know what? And there are other people, which is awesome. The fact is that I have a voice. I think some people don't have a voice. You know, and if it's happening to somebody else, maybe somebody who's on a 10 tier who doesn't have a YouTube platform, who doesn't have a group, who doesn't, you know, who can't stand up to these pillars, you know, who's standing up for them? So yeah, this is something that's happened for me, and I'm able to, but yeah.
Well, I'm personally glad that you actually said something, because like I said, no one talks about this subject of merch. Everyone acts like there's rainbows and sunshines, but so many of my designs have been ripped off. So many of my niches have been pilfered, and this is, you know, what happened to you is definitely not cool either.
And you know, and in the thread that was deleted on their group, and I did say in there, hey, you guys, let me know, you know, if you feel like I'm out of line. Like, just I'm totally open to talking about this. Like, am I on the wrong page here? Well, some of the messages that I got were, well, you should think about your future. You might want to work with this guy in the future. You shouldn't say anything because you might want to, you know, and I think that people that say that kind of stuff to me maybe don't realize that I do what I love, and I just happen to make money from it. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't do it. I don't have to work with people. I mean, and I posted in one of the threads that somebody else said that. I was like, to me, like, making money is not more important than integrity. I would rather have no money and have friends that have integrity than maybe I need to work with this guy in the future, and I should put up with his condescension, and I should put up with his attitude because I might need him one day.
Yeah, that's not cool. I think I heard about something like that, and I'm just like thinking like, wow, like, oh, you should let this slide because you never know when,
Yeah,
you know, your wheels will need to be greased, like some slimy kind of like. And maybe that's the problem with a lot of this stuff is there's a lot of those backhand deals. Everyone's trying to scratch each other's back. But what I'm trying to say too is we're kind of like independent contractors here. And for me personally, I don't use third-party apps. I don't need anyone's help to help grow my business. So I would have laughed at that too. I'm like, I don't care about this person helping me out down the road, you know, like, sure, you know, yeah, that might be cool down the road or whatever, but I would rather have it be organic and like being in a trusting environment instead of like, you know, having dirt blackmail on someone, you know, and that just seems so weird to me.
Yeah. I mean, and the part, I got messages from people that I really love and respect, and I got messages from people I don't know. And I was surprised at some of the messages, even from people that I respect, that were saying we don't want, you know, we don't want the merch community to turn into the reseller community where there's like all of these people fighting, and, you know, the merch community is so strong. We don't want all of this division in it. I'm like, but if it's there, it's there. You know, I should sit down and shut up because you want to, what? You know?
The supposed leader of the merch community did something wrong. And rather than admit it and say, my bad, I sincerely apologize for doing it, and that's the end of it, the way it was handled in that chat, and then deleting the chat and then closing off conversation because the crowd's turning against you, and then deleting it because you don't want it out there reminding you all the time. I mean, you're going to be transparent. You need to leave that. Yeah, as a leader community, you need to be transparent. Leave that stuff out there. And yeah, the response was bad. And there's always going to be, no matter what you do, going to be two camps. There are going to be the fanboys on that side. There are going to be the fanboys on this side. And, you know, you see it in politics. You're going to see it in YouTube. It's life. Hi, Chris. So, I mean, and I understand that, but I wish people would do it with open eyes. If your leader did something wrong, don't sit there and try to defend them. You know,
I did. I mean, I know we said we weren't going to mention any names. So a person that was involved, not the person who actually did the shirt, did message me a, very sincere apology. And I appreciate that. It wasn't handled that way by everybody. So.
and personally,
Yeah.
I think that's great. I know who you're talking about, and I think that's great. I personally would have liked to seen that publicly on the group, because doing it privately seems a little bit like you're just, I don't know. I don't want to go further than that, but I would like to seen it publicly on the group.
And
I do appreciate he did do that.
The person that took the design that initially was like, well, if it had taken off, I was going to give your group. First of all, I don't have a group. Joe has a group. I'm an admin in his group. And when I said, look, I don't have a group. He's like, oh, I meant your channel. I was like, you didn't even know my name before this. Hi, my name is.
That's funny because it brings up, like, in photographers, we have memes like, because a lot in the photography world, when somebody wants you to shoot for them for commercial, whatever, they're like, yeah, take some pictures of my products for me. I can't pay you, but I'll refer you. I'll put in good words for you. And you're like, good words don't feed my kids.
Exactly.
Show me the money.
And I mentioned that too. I was like, look, I work really hard at what I do. I've got 2 children that I'm trying to feed. And why would it be okay for you to take something from me when, I mean, even if you made a penny off of each of these 51, I'm like, that's a box of Cheerios you've taken out of my pantry for my kids. You know what I mean? And that's when I'm just like, and he did, and the person that took the design, who initially was condescending and whatever to me to begin with, did say, I'll make a public apology after the fact, after he saw that it was like people getting pissed, people taking up for me, people, when I shared in the group, then it was like, oh, I'm really sorry. I want to make this right. I'll publicly apologize to you. And I just said, you don't have to do that. I don't need that.
I think they still should, because this is eventually going to go away. And that would be, even though after whatever, it's still a good step. And I think he should still do that. And then you'll say, yeah, okay. And everybody move on. But it will be out there that he has to own up to it. He has to say that I did this, it was wrong. We at Merge Community don't steal designs, pixel for pixel or whatever. And I'm sorry. And then, yeah, this will eventually fade away. And that will be a step in the right direction.
I mean, that's what should have been done to begin with. If that was what had happened from the get-go, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now.
Agree.
Right. And just to state this publicly, this video wasn't meant to cause drama or anything. Margaret actually battled internally with doing this video. And just to say that this is a good example of just learning experience, and the fact that if any of you are going to be in this position where you're thinking about doing something like this, just reach out to the other artists. There's been so many artists as a side business that I do for my merch. And this is kind of a pro tip. I never talk about this. I actually go and talk to other artists on the back to see if they want to have their shirts produced through Amazon. And I've had some success, but what I'm saying is, if you're going to do something like this in the future, it could be 10 tier or 8,000 tier. Just please contact the person first before you think about doing this. That's all you really needed to do in this situation.
Yeah. So the answer is no. You can't take someone else's design and put it on a shirt without their permission.
Right.
The end. Anyway. Doesn't Amazon have a reporting system? They do, and it was taken down. Whenever I said I wasn't happy with it, and his response was, "Fine, I'll take it down. Whatever." Okay, whatever. I mean, can I report it retroactively? Well, part of the thing that, and I know I'm not supposed to just go on my soapbox to be angry, but in that video that people kept saying, go back and watch, they had a whole big talk about like, don't F with people's money. You don't F with people's money. I'm like, what? And then like within the next 10 minutes, they're effing with my money. Yeah, but I'm supposed to not say anything about it. I don't know. I just,
Yeah, that's the one thing that bothers me is they're out there promoting. I mean, they're always talking about don't do this, and then they'll do a show to talk about how to do this, and then to do that, and then just come out and say, oh, it's no big deal, it was just a joke.
yeah.
It's not a joke when you put it on a product and I know they said no royalties, but you put it on a product that's for sale. People had to pay money for it. Doesn't matter if you didn't make any profit off it. It's just,
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. We've got quite a few viewers over there. Why don't you go
Yeah, I bet.
over there and give us a thumb? You can thumb it up or you can thumb it down. But let us know what you think about our conversation today. And yeah. I'm reading in the chat to see. Yeah, and that's the thing, One Witch Lady. What pisses me off is the attitude towards you and the theft of the art and design. Exactly that, and that's what pissed me off. The attitude that and the messages that I got saying this is a pillar of the community. You should just let it go. And to me, that was just my response to somebody was, oh, okay, this is a pillar of the community. Does that mean that I can expect a grab to my in a minute too because they're a pillar and they can get away with it?
Right. It's not cool at all to even say like, see, that's what I'm saying. This whole thing is just crazy. That the first step was the wrong step, and then there was this continuous wrong steps in this whole ordeal here, and just yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. How did he get the design? I'm guessing he took the image off of my thumbnail. And when I said like you took my image, he was like, well, you didn't have permission to use it either. What gave you the right to put it in the group? I'm like, well, I did have permission. Neil and I the person and I had a conversation, and he said it was cool. So I did have permission. Oh, my mistake. Whatever.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, this is why Amazon did the wrinkle effects in the thing, because it's easy for someone who knows how to use a computer, who knows how to use apps, to steal your images pixel for pixel, because sometimes Amazon you can able to zoom in with really great quality. You throw that into Adobe Illustrator and boom, you have a vector. You don't have to lose loss or pixels or anything like that. So it's so easy for people to do this. And Amazon said, look, this is a problem. And it doesn't seem like a problem to our community because no one's talking about it. But Amazon, billions of dollars, a company, billions of dollars, worth billions of dollars, found it that bad where they had to switch up their process to curtail this whole thing. So that just shows you that this is a very, very serious subject here.
Phoenix says they even made your image into a GIF. All right. Okay, so there's some questions. So again, I'm trying to stay on track with keeping this learning and not just a complaining, or not complaining, but I'm trying not to use the word. But anyway, did he use your Amazon link to sell the shirts? No, he didn't. He didn't credit me or anything. Yeah, absolutely. How did he get it? Okay. I relate it like this, Destry says. What if your pastor steals something? Do you just don't say anything because he's the pastor? And Craig says, do you consider design only images or words? Like if you came up with a tagline and someone else then took it?
Well, technically, taglines, phrases, stuff like that cannot be copyrighted. So if you see a meme, as long as it's like, I mean, if it's a quote from a movie, that's a gray area. But yeah, phrases cannot be copyrighted.
Unless they're trademarked by...
Yeah, unless they're trademarked. I mean, a tagline is that reference. A tagline is usually something referenced to like a brand or something, which would be trademarked. So that would be different. But just standard phrases, I can't think of one off the top of my head, but like a meme out there. It's just somebody put a meme together with a phrase. That phrase is not copyright, but that meme with that image and everything, you can't take that pixel for pixel and put it onto a t-shirt. But you could take the phrase and add your own image and stuff like that. Because I know that's a big question out there. You know, once a phrase is used, does that mean that phrase is gone? No. It's just like you can't trademark phrases, common phrases either, even though some people are getting away with it. And that's what we're trying to reform, the trademark policy. I'm sorry.
Well, also somebody else in the chat had said something like that it had been said that the proceeds were supposed to go to charity or something, which I never heard. I did get another message from somebody saying, I think they said the proceeds were going to go to charity. But then what they were telling me was it was zero profits made. Like, so there was
there's a lot of contradictory statements and things trying to backpedal. There's a lot of backpedaling here. I see. That's all I can say.
I mean, just excuses or like how to excuse this behavior. And this is the reason why it's okay. There's no reason it's okay. There's no reason you can give to make it okay. And my thing too was like, where's the line? Because another comment was like, oh, well, the license for this, you know, is very expensive, like, you know, Disney or Marvel. I'm like, well, where's the line? I know I'm not a fancy artist. I don't consider myself an artist. But where is that line? At what point is, you know, the line has been drawn by the court system. It is the law. This is the side of the line. The artist that drew it that is their work. You may not take it. Doesn't matter if I drew a squiggle on a paper today. That is mine. You can't take it.
And there is another aspect which I really wasn't going to say, because the subject of your drawing was kind of in on a joke on the show, is what I understand. But even if you, Margaret, wanted to make a shirt out of it, you would have to go back and get permission from that person that you drew, because it's a recognizable, you know, it's like a photograph. It's a recognizable photo, so you have to get a release from that person. But that person that you drew couldn't use the drawing either unless he got permission from you, because you own the copyright to the drawing. So it's kind of, because it's a person, there's kind of a multi-levels there. So technically, the person that made the shirt had to get permission from you, the creator, and permission from the subject, being recognizable subject of the image.
Yeah. So, and there's a question in the chat, and this is too why we're having this conversation, because I did get a lot of comments like this. This was just a joke. Why is it a big deal? They didn't make any money. They didn't tag me till well after. They didn't let me know about it till this shirt had a 53,000 BSR. You know, so it had been selling. I had no idea about it. So what's the big deal? It was just a joke. Why can't I take a joke? Comments?
Well,
what do you think?
If you're in on the joke from the beginning, it wouldn't have been a big deal. All I had to do is say, hey, we want to make this shirt out of your image for a joke. Is it okay? That's the right way to handle it. But yeah, coming back, like I said, it doesn't matter if they made any money off of it. There's other intrinsic value. And plus, you put the item up for sale, even if it was zero profit, it was up for sale. These are all things covered by copyright law.
So, okay, here's an example. My sister-in-law is an artist. She created this image. She painted it. If I wanted to use this as a joke for something, and I put it up, and I'm just selling shirts as a joke. Isn't it funny? Whatever the joke, we can make up a tagline later for a joke, whatever. And then after it's been selling for a while, even if I'm not getting any profits, she sees it. She sees her image on a shirt. Should she not be upset? Can't she take a joke? What's the matter with her? You know?
All the arguments on the other side are just completely funny. That's all I'm going to say. Like, they're so funny. It's like, well, we didn't make any money off of it, or the rank was not as low as you said. It's like everyone's missing the whole point of what we're trying to say here.
The rank. I have a screenshot of it. They shared it in the thread that they happened to delete. You know? Yeah.
So basically, look, we're here to just kind of shed some light on this subject. You notice how Margaret's not saying any names. You can go and do your research yourself. But the whole point of the show is to let you guys know that this is an issue in merch. And everything's not sunshines and rainbows to kind of try to protect your brand, try to protect your designs. And we're letting everyone know that this is a thing. And if you're gonna do something like what happened, reach out to the person and ask first. That's all we're saying. We're not trying to make some big thing out of this. We're just trying to say, like, this is a learning experience for everyone to kind of see, like, this was wrong. It was handled incorrectly. You know, Margaret has accepted the apology. Correct, Margaret? Did you accept the apology?
I heard it.
Okay, she heard the apology. Excuse me. Sorry for talking. But yeah, we're just trying to say here that we're just bringing to light that this is a thing, and we're just saying, like, this is a great learning experience to see how to handle a search situation, and just know that this is prevalent in merch by Amazon.
Yes. And to stand up for yourself. I mean, even if you are on the 10 tier, even if you're an artist that, you know, whatever, you know, to be able to say, no, it's not cool, and to not be intimidated, and to not have somebody, because that, I mean, that's one of the things that, you know, I don't want to use the word bullies, but that's what they do to intimidate you. What's the matter? Can't you take a joke? Fine, whatever. You can't take a joke. You're going to ruin the fun for everybody. You know? Well, I'm the one that's getting the rocks thrown at me.
Right.
That's a bit far, but you know what I mean. It's not funny to me. It's not. And this is what I tell my kids. Look, guys, if you are doing something and everybody's laughing but one person, that person's the butt of the joke, and it's not funny. If everybody's not in on the joke, it's not a joke. Okay.
And @Doodle was talking about, how about a word like command words, hubby, go jump in the lake, not today, Satan. And tell me those words are copyrighted for. For one, you can't copyright words unless it's a collection of words like a book, a poem, a story. You can't copyright a phrase or a word. You can trademark a word or a phrase if it's part of your brand, but you can't copyright a word or phrase. It's not a work. It's not a work. Copyright's used for a work of art, or a work, basically, like a book, a poem, a drawing, a photograph. So that's what you would copyright. And then trademark is used for a brand. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. I think we kind of got the point across.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So, lesson
Got
learned?
15 minutes.
Well, we can call
What's
it.
up with Etsy?
What's what?
What's up with Etsy? What's up with Pods? What's up with Printful?
I haven't had a whole lot of sales there. I've had a couple crop tops.
I sold a pillow to Germany. This is my first pillow.
I sold a
No,
couple.
it's not my first pillow.
Yeah.
My first pillow on Etsy.
It's crazy. And it's funny, Jeff, because those sales, you're like, wow, they come out of like left field, don't they?
Yeah. I was just at my daughter's competition and heard a little, it wasn't cha-ching, it was with a Printful app, just beeped at me saying, we got this order. And I went and checked it. Wow, pillow to Germany, coming out of their European warehouse.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's like extra money.
Have you been selling any more swimsuits, or have you done backpacks yet?
I've put up 2 backpacks or 3 backpacks, no sales, no more swim. I've got a lot of favorites on my swimsuits, but no more sales yet. I got a review, and she said, outstanding swimsuit. Daughter loves it, but only give me 4 stars.
Aww.
What?
This was on Etsy?
Yeah.
4 stars. I wonder why that was. Maybe they thought they were going to get it like the next day when they ordered it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, normally I'm a Printful fanboy. And sorry, Printful, I just have to say this. I was disappointed in that last order. But I had an order from Etsy. It was for 5 t-shirts. And it went beyond 7 days, so I started sweating it. When I got to 10 days, I sent an email saying, yo, dudes, this is 10 days. This order hasn't gone out. And by your own, because they put the shipping information when the integration to Etsy. So by your own posting that this needs to be shipped out by 10 days, that means it needs to go out today. I didn't hear a response for 2 more days saying, oh, we're sorry, we have 1 more shirt to print. We'll get it out right away. And then 2 more days after that, it still hadn't shipped. So I sent another slightly angrier email saying, I'm disappointed in you in Printful. It's been 14 days now and this has not gone out yet. But they did come back saying it will go out Monday for sure. And we're going to upgrade it to priority shipping. So I give them kudos to that. And I went ahead and was proactive and sent an email to my buyers saying, sorry for this. They upgraded your shipping and it will go out. And it actually went out yesterday, I guess, because it shows shipped today. So somewhat kudos for somewhat handling it well with the upgraded shipping. But I will say that's the first time that's happened with me. And I've been with Printful for almost 4 years now. I've been with them from the beginning. And that first year with them through Christmas was a nightmare. But since then, they've been really good on getting things out.
Yeah, I got a Printful story. I made a video about, I forget, I think it was, I was selected to beta test a Polo, and they actually wrote in my, what do you call it? They made a comment on my YouTube video, and I thought that was really cool that they're at least watching these videos. So yeah. And they basically what is it? No, they basically said what I was saying in the video. So at least I had all my facts right because of the 4 colors and embroidery and all that. So basically Polos are coming out eventually for you guys. So definitely take a look at that. And a good side business for Polos is private schools. Private schools do a lot of Polos. So if the price is right and you can kind of get into that kind of niche, there you go.
Sorry, @Doodle came back and it was asking if somebody did trademark common words like hubby in not today's Satan, does that mean you can't use them on shirts? My answer, and I'm not a lawyer, is you have to, one, look at what it's trademarked for, because you can trademark things for different, like clothing or jewelry or blah, blah, blah. 2, I always look at context, because it's supposed to, again, be trademarked for brands. You can't trademark like not today's Satan. Unless they have a store called Not Today's Satan, you can't trademark a phrase like that. Just to kind of, corner the market on that phrase for t-shirts. But in saying that, merch will not err on the side of reason. They will not allow you to do that. So on merch, you probably should not do it. But on other pods, you would be able to do it. Again, look at the overall picture and content. What I understand the rule of law, or the, what they call it, the decision factor or whatever, is if your shirt is going to confuse someone with a trademarked brand. So if a trademark brand used Not Today's Satan, and that's their brand, that's their store, is your t-shirt going to confuse people to think your t-shirt is associated with that brand? If the answer is no, then you're legally supposed to be okay. If the answer is yes, it's a no-no. I'm sorry. I'm not an expert though, but that's my understandings.
I'm going to make a quick statement in the chat because somebody's saying someone was wrongly accused, and I did say in the chat it was not. Somebody was saying they thought it might be another person, and if you read back up, I said no, it wasn't. It
right.
didn't do with that person at all. So.
And so did I also, and anyone can go back and look. We didn't say their name at all. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a wrap, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. We have 7 minutes.
Man, I got work I gotta do. See these Star Wars things? They're not gonna list themselves on eBay. Come on, let's do this.
Oh, I got shipping. I'm doing my shipping. Come on. Let's have a working hangout.
Oh goodness.
Live on the air.
Maybe on another day.
You're no fun. Remember that shoulder I told you can cry on?
Okay.
It just went away.
Aww.
You gotta be mean. Nah, if it's anything I can do for you, except drive up there. I had to go to one of my daughter's competition this weekend was in Temecula, which, for those who don't know, is a little over an hour away. That is the furthest I've driven in years because of my health and anxiety issues. I just don't do that. But I did it to support my daughter. And then next week's or the week after, they're going to championships. It's probably going to be up in Orange County. And it's probably going to be an overnighter. And I'm not looking forward to it.
Very cool.
She's doing great though.
And I should not have had this Red Bull because it's doing things to my body right now, anxiety-wise and other things that I should know better. But I like the taste, and I was tired.
Okay, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it.
Fine.
Fine. I got some things to box up too, so and some kids to finish teaching. They got some learning to do. So yeah.
Just send out in the world, let them learn on their own. That's hard knocks.
But we want to thank everyone for, I know this was a very touchy subject and, you know, there's a lot of feelings involved and all that stuff. So we really appreciate everyone tuning in and at least hearing what we have to say, and definitely make your own educated judgment on what we're trying to say here and the situation. So I want to thank everyone for coming to hang out.
I didn't see, well, I saw one, but everyone being respectful in the chat as well.
Yeah, overall, everyone was really respectful in the chat, and I was totally open to questions, and differences of opinion. So it's cool. All right, again.
As long as you don't name Colin.
All right, thanks you guys so much for hanging out, and leave a comment. Let us know what your thoughts and etc. are, and I'll talk to you.
Oh
later.
yeah.
What?
No, I was just saying you're gonna get a lot of comments on this video.
That's okay. I my skin is pretty thick as far as that. I've been
You're not going to close comments?
No, I'm not going to close the comments off. Now, if somebody gets personal and starts calling names, then that might be edited, or I can't edit anything, but whatever.
Just do what I do. I delete and block on a daily basis when people get online. They don't deserve to watch my videos if they're going to be jerks. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I have no problem with constructive criticism. I have no problem with comments that have a difference of opinion, but it's I'm not getting ugly with you, so don't get ugly with me. That's all. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.
Bye.